Hi, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. Today I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to recan some more cheese, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. You take the big thing of cheese, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use my own canned tomatoes instead of using the rotel. And then earlier today, I actually cut up and roasted some hatch peppers. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this all dumped out. I do like to keep the water from the rotel when I do this with rotel, because I think it just helps thin out the liquid cheese just a little bit more. The last batch of liquid cheese I made, I didn't realize I had put the regular rotel in there and not the mild. I don't do spicy very well to begin with, and then definitely with the trach, it makes it even harder. I put myself in quite the coughing fit the other day, and I couldn't eat it. So we only have a few cans left, and then I have some upstairs, which will be even hotter because it's mixed with nacho cheese, not just the cheddar cheese. So I'm trying to see if my brother-in-law will take it off my hands and use it, because my husband would eat it, but I don't want to have to open up 2 jars of it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring you down here and show you what I'm doing here. So obviously just dumped out the number 10 can. Now these cost about $9 at Sam's Club. And if you buy like the 15-ounce cans from like Walmart or wherever, Kroger's, Myers, wherever you shop, they're almost $3 a jar. Now, of course, you have your own time, your own jars, your lids, you know, your electricity, your gas to run the canner with. But this way I can control things more. I mean, obviously, this liquid cheese is not the most healthiest. It's definitely not. There's probably, I don't even want to read the label. But I'm sure there's a lot of things in there that you just wouldn't want to probably eat, but this cheese is really good. So anyways, what I'm going to do is save the can for later. But I'm not going to put very much the peppers in here. Maybe only what would be in a 4-ounce can of you know, the 4-ounce cans of the chili peppers. And that should be more than enough to make this have a nice little bite, but not too much. And like I said, that's my own canned tomatoes. And then I just go ahead and stir this in here. Now some people, they'll add water to stir this down, but I figure I got the tomato water. Go ahead and just do it that way. And then what I'm going to do, other than make a big mess all over my counter, get this all stirred in. And what I'm going to do is I'll get this jarred up and I'll water bath can this. I believe it's, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's like 30 minutes or something like that. And then obviously put it on the counter, let it cool, you know, wash off the jars the very next day and so on. But as you can see, that comes together nicely, even with that extra water from there. It made it a little bit less thick, which that's the way I like it anyways. So that's why I leave the water in mine. You don't have to. You can leave your cheese thick. But I'm not a super fan of super thick cheese. So what I'll do is I will get the canning jars, and I will be back. Alrighty. So I re-stir this back up a little bit before I start jarring it. And I will take my little scoop here. I guess I could probably use the bigger scoop. It'd probably be easier. Less scoops to use. Now you're going to want to go 1 inch headspace. And 1 inch is pretty much this bottom lip right here. So what happens is you always want to debubble things to make sure that it just doesn't try to spool over and cause all sorts of problems. Now, obviously, this is not alphabet approved. This is not something that anybody will tell you that you're supposed to can. But I do. I have done it for years. I like it, so I do it. And then what I do is I go around the edge. And what you're doing is you're taking obviously anything that's on the edge and you're taking that off. But you're also feeling for any chips or anything that would be on there. I don't heat the lids anymore. And then you just go ahead and put the lid on there and you fingertip tight that. And then there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and work on these other ones, and I'll bring you back when I'm getting ready to go into the canner. Alright, I got 8 containers and there's a little bit still left in the bowl. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Over on my stove I have my steam canner. I know I've showed that before. But if you can see on here, see the green mark? What this does is it kind of works almost kind of like, it doesn't work like a pressure cooker, but it works like a pressure cooker. If I waited for my husband to get home to help me can water bath canning, because you have to have like 2 inches over your jar. And when you're canning quarts, that gets very heavy for me to lift, okay? I don't have one of those sink water things that would make that easier, and I don't think I want one anyways, but steam canning makes it very easy for me because you're only using a little bit of water, and you don't start timing it until you're in the green. Then you're going to go ahead and start your time. But let me go ahead and get these 8 in here. And if I remember right, I want to say that was like 35 minutes to go ahead and water bath that. So that's what I'm going to do. I love those jars, but they make it really tight in there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and put this lid on. And I'll go ahead and get this started. And once it gets in the green, then I'll go ahead and start my time for 35 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, here's the finished product. So these will sit here till tomorrow when they're cooled. I'll wash them off, label them, and put them in my pantry. So it makes really nice to have liquid cheese on your nachos. We do make a taco like hamburger helper type meal, and we've done this with some other things too other than just nachos. But I do love this, and thank you for stopping by, and you have a wonderful and blessed day.